Hey guys, what's up? I'm here to give you guys a recap on a new episode of Vinland Saga, which is on episode 21. Now, this episode right here, it was filled with a lot of emotions depending on how you feel about it, you know? A lot is writing down of what's going to happen probably in the future, and of course, what's to come, I don't really know what's bound to happen, but one thing for sure, it's not going to be looking pretty. that is that much I can say. But if anything else, there's only 22, 23, 24. There's only 3 more episodes left at least before the end of the year or something, as long as it doesn't take any breaks. So, if anything else, yeah, let's just get this started. We have to it that Askeladd or Askeladd though, along with Canute, arrive in New York, but apparently Askeladd had a plan all along, and all of a sudden an assassin comes by and shoots Canute. But we see to it that Thorfinn ends up catching the assassin and kills him, and we see to it that Thorfinn and the others and some old man, which I'm pretty sure you guys know who that is, ends up having to be surrounded by guards, but Thorfinn tells him off by saying, that guy's the assassin, not me. And some guy tries to say otherwise, and Thorfinn just knocks him out. And we see to it that Leif's like, wait a minute, you're called Thorfinn? Are you the son of Thor from Iceland? And we see to it that Thorfinn realizes who that guy is. He goes like, are you Leif? And Leif cries in tears of joy and hugs him so badly, seeing that he's still alive, you know? And that was a reunion that I really enjoyed. But apparently, I'll get to the other parts of the reunion later. Let me get to the scene where it switches off, where Canute looks like he was assassinated or shot. But apparently, it was a double woman, or should I say someone in his place, which is a woman. Which Canute says, I want you guys to do your best to save her, okay? No matter what, do whatever you can. And we see to it that Thorfinn ask Leif, how's Vinland, you know? How is it? And we see to it that, that Leif's like, you're not going to ask me about your mother and sister that you left behind? Listen, Helga's health just gotten worse. If you could just come back home, she'll possibly be better again. But Thorfinn tells him up by saying, look, I asked you about Vinland, not about something that I want to know. I did not ask, okay? And we see to it that Leif tries to convince Thorfinn, come on, let's go home right now. We don't have much time. Isn't this enough? And Thorfinn gets really angry and yells at Leif saying, enough? You have no freaking idea what enough is. Ever since that day and to this day, it's never enough. As long as Askeladd, who killed my father, is still breathing, eating, pooping, nothing, it's still hell. It's never enough. You hear me? And he even stares at Leif in total anger and rage with a knife in his hand, telling him that it's never enough because of what Askeladd did, you know? And we see to it that, Leif's like, you gotta be kidding me. You're telling me that this young, cheerful child turned into this monstrosity or something, and he tells Thorfinn, I'm gonna wait in this town until you change your mind. Let's go home, Thorfinn. And that's the ending of the reunion, which is really heartbreaking because, you know, I thought Thorfinn might be happy to see Leif, you know, and be like, hey man, how you doing, and have a small talk with him. But instead he has this cold, angry demeanor, which we can understand why, but to treat someone like that who cared for you for a long time, and he knows what you saw even at a young child in age, you know. It sucks. It really sucks. You know, I thought the reunion with Thorfinn and Leif might happen in another season, but glad enough that they are reunited a bit, but Thorfinn just literally cuts him off and tells him to get off his back, you know. As for Askeladd, he ends up having a meeting with Canute and Thorkill along with Thorkill's other commanders to look at some rumors and spread it amongst the town so it could make the public for the king to be a little weakened because like ever since like how king is etc. This is just the beginning. And we see to it that Askeladd with his own like tacticians against the king's mind and calculating strategic mind. It's like a battle of like chess, putting your pieces in place and losing what you have to lose. And it's pretty difficult right now, that meeting between like Askeladd and Thorkell and then Canute, it was pretty interesting. But one thing for sure, Ganua, whatever that guy's name is, the one who's the brother to Ragnar, which whatsoever, looks like to me he is spreading information to the king, and we had to that Askeladd does have Thorfinn follow the guy and have him like figure out what's up or what's going on. Eventually, Thorfinn would find the stronghold of the king, and the next morning, of course, but not before Askeladd and Bjorn end up having a little small talk with each other and ask, how's your leg, And yeah. And then the next day comes about. Well, the scene with Bjorn and Askeladd happened before Thorfinn having to find like the king's headquarters. Sorry for being a little disorganized, which is something that I'm really hoping to fix later. But Thorfinn, he's planning to have his duel with Askeladd with the Imperial Court beforehand. But we also see to it that Bjorn has another engagement because Askeladd promised him a duel as well. But we all know why. I mean, like it's already mentioned in last episode, I believe, that Bjorn does not have much time to live. He's about to die, etc. And Bjorn remembers like Askeladd really actually hated him and hated his entire crew that went with him, and rejected everything. We don't really, although like whatever the case may be, Askeladd does stab Bjorn, and he ends up missing a vital point, and Bjorn just wanted to be his friend, That's all he wanted. And we see to it that, like, Askeladd therefore decides to put him at peace and said, yeah, you're my one and only friend. That much I can tell you. And we see to it that, he puts Bjorn in peace and covers him with the cloak, and he ends up telling Thorfinn, come, boy, I'll play with you. And Thorfinn gets ready to fight. Even with his injured right arm, It really, really sucks. Well, I mean, Thorfinn did clash against Thorkell, and he kicked him all the way up high sky, and, all that comes about, etc. So, it looks like to me, we might be nearing the end of a certain, like, arc that's to come. Although I'm not really 100% sure. I mean, it looks like it's reaching towards that point. I mean, like, ever since the change in Canute, and Canute's plan to overthrow the king and take his throne, and Thorfinn, and now going to this scene where Thorfinn's asking for a duel against Askeladd, it's gonna reach a peaking point, and hopefully it'll give off a certain finale, and then maybe hopefully announce a season 2. I've been doing research. I've been looking at some discussions about how many chapters just got adapted here and there, so yeah, this is gonna be one hell of a series. I mean, been enjoying Vinland Saga for a long time. I mean, yeah. Anyways, Thorfinn gets ready to duel against Askeladd, of course, and they get ready to duel very soon. So until then, people, I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm AlphaZero. Have a good day, and I'll see you guys next time. All right, peace out. Bye bye. Toot toot.